Alright guys, it's Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. Welcome to another exciting adventure, and today we're going to make the wife happy because she told me that if I don't get that water hooked up, there's no more food. She's sick of hauling water for dishes, and she's just sick of hauling water, period. And I'm sick of hauling water, period. I don't really haul it that much, she does. But she said, no water, no food. So, because I'm by myself, and because the ground is still kind of sticky and muddy and whatnot, I went and grabbed me a Kubota with a backhoe on it, and I'm gonna be the backhoe operator. So let's get this fixed so I can continue with my calories, because I'm working hard out here. I cannot be going days without food. So let's get it done.
Well, while Doug is working on our water line, because I can't wait to have running water back in the cabin, I'm going to make some pumpkin spice soaked oatmeal muffins in the sun oven. So I'm going to go ahead and mix all my ingredients together right now so that it can soak for a couple hours, and then I'm going to put them in the sun oven. So let's see what we're going to do. I have 3 cups of rolled organic oats, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a nice teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, unrefined salt. I'll probably put about half of a teaspoon of that in there. So this is going to be my dry ingredients. I'm going to mix it up. 2 farm fresh eggs, pasture raised. And then from there, I'm going to put about a teaspoon of vanilla extract, about a pint or so of, or it can be a can of pumpkin puree, organic pumpkin puree, or do it yourself. You can do a pint of pumpkin. About a half a cup of raw honey. I got about a half of a cup of sour cream. To mix this up, and when this is mixed up really good, I'm going to go ahead and add this to my dry ingredient and see where my moisture level is on it to see if I need to add some water. So I'm adding my wet ingredients to my oats. And I want this to be a little more liquidy because it's going to sit and it's going to soak into the oats. So I'm going to put a little bit of water, purified water. Don't use your tap water. Now this can be done if you want to do this the night before you go to bed, and then you can make them in the morning. You could do that. That would be great to let them soak. I didn't do this. This was kind of a last minute thing. So I'm just going to let mine soak for a couple hours. Just as long as they kind of start absorbing, the oats absorb the moisture. So I'll put a little bit more water in there. So that was probably about 3/4 of a cup of water I put in there. Here, come and look at the texture here. See how it's kind of runny? That's perfect. So then I'm going to mix this up. I'm just going to cover it and let it soak for a couple hours. And I'll be right back.
Wouldn't you know it, right before I get to the end here, one of the hydraulic lines busted. So now I'll have to hand dig out the rest of this stuff. I'm grateful though, it got me most of the way there. I just have to find now where this other side is, and then I'll be able to run my pipe, because I told her that we'd have the water on today. And she said, oh, I'll see it when I believe it. And then I got right down to the end and the hydraulic line busted. I didn't think it would be this compacted. I thought it would be a little more loose, but it is pretty thick. Finally, I'll say hello to my little friend. Holy smokes. Oh, that stuff is so sticky and hard to deal with. Oh. Just want to get it kind of cleaned up. There's a little dirt in the front here from compacting it in and stuff. So what I'm going to end up doing is, can you see me? What I'm going to end up doing is probably cutting it off right here where the dirt is, and then just starting with this clean piece of pipe. I mean, this stuff, you can just see it's just like very clay, very moist still, hasn't had the time to dry out, and it just makes digging in here insane, because what happens is, because it's wet, it creates a you know, like suction, really hard to deal with. So I'm gonna get the Sawzall, and we're gonna cut off this end here, and then we're just gonna make sure that we are clean, and then we're gonna start connecting these pipes up. What'll happen is this dirt will go to the filters. They'll stop it, but it's not ideal.
So it's been a couple hours, and the consistency, it's just kind of bulked up a little bit with the liquid. Now, if you guys would do this and let it soak overnight, I would put it in the refrigerator overnight, and then in the morning, if you want it to be a little bit more runny, depending on how you like your muffins, then you can add a little bit of water to it, but this is perfect for me right now. I went ahead and I greased my muffin pan. Now this is the big muffin, so this is gonna do 6. You can also do a smaller one that has 12. You're gonna go ahead and fill them up. And I just greased them with a little coconut oil. So you can use coconut oil or butter, are my 2 favorites that I always use. I'm gonna go ahead and put some dark chocolate chips on top of a few of them, and then the ones that I want, I don't want the chocolate chips on it. So I really like this brand Enjoy Life because it's dairy free and soy free. No soy lecithin, so that's awesome. I'm just gonna go ahead and sprinkle them on top, and it's gonna kind of give it like a chocolate coating. You want to set your oven, so you don't have to do it in a sun oven if you don't have one, but you should get one because they are awesome. That's all I cook with in the summertime. But set your oven at 350, and if you're going to use a regular oven, it's going to be about, on these, check them in about 20 minutes to see where they are. You want them to be gently golden brown on top. 20-25 minutes, and then I usually go with the larger ones in the oven, maybe about 30 minutes or so. In the sun oven, it's a little cloudy today, so I may need to go a little bit longer, and I probably will. I got my sun oven at about 350. I'm gonna go ahead and put these in here. And then I'm gonna check on them in about 20 minutes to see how they're doing, and then decide how much longer I need to go. And if you guys are using the one that has the 12 muffin tin, you definitely need to go less time than the larger ones. So these larger ones are gonna take a little longer to cook. I'll check back with you in a minute.
Made it to the other end, and I didn't think that it actually broke. If you watched our previous video about the water line busting, I didn't really think that it broke at the elbow. I thought it was out a little bit, but it actually did. It broke right here at the elbow. So what I'm gonna have to do is dig this back a little bit, clean it all off, cut this off right here, and then attach a new elbow, and then I'll be able to put my line in. Again, you can just see how that is just muddy and just stuck in the end of that pipe. So what I'll do now is I'm going to clean off the end of this pipe here, and then I'll attach the new elbow and glue it on, and then we'll get the line ran. Little primer, little glue. Whenever you put these PVC pipes together and you're doing this kind of stuff, just make sure you hold that in place for a second, because it'll have a tendency to kind of kick back out of here because of the glue and everything. It'll just kind of suck back out. So just make sure you press it in, and you only need to hold it for a second or two, and it'll be nice and secure. Started off kind of cool, now it's warming up. So what I did learn from this experience is that I'll need to have a ball valve on this side of the supply, right? So if I have another problem in this area, I can shut this ball valve off, and then we'll still have water going to the 2 hydrants out in the lawn, which we haven't had for over 2 months. And which has made hauling water even a little more difficult. If we had those hydrants running, it would have been a lot better for us. So I'll be putting a ball valve on this side of the supply line right here, so I can shut off a problem if I have a problem in this area going to the house. And I'm also going to be plumbing this line into the root cellar, which is going to have a shower inside of this building, and then I'll have a ball valve right here as well. So if I have a problem in the building, I can isolate it, shut it off, and still have water to the cabin. And if I have a problem anywhere else, I can shut it off right here and still have water going to the hydrants and still to the building, and then this part of it all the way to under the house will just be shut off. We will be installing a T this time though. We didn't have one on before, because this will direct the water also over to the root cellar, aka learning center, aka stay tuned. And then I'll put the ball valve on this side, and then I'll have one over there somewhere. Just so you know what's going on over here.
It's time. It's been about an hour and a half because it's been very cloudy here today. But the good thing about it is we're doing chores here, and I kind of been, looking at it, and it's finally cooked, and they turned out pretty good, I think. Ooh, look at that. It's hot, 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 hot. Scrumptious. Now all I'm gonna do is take it in and let it cool, totally cool, because these chips will take a little bit to cool off, and then we will do the taste test.
It's like a labor camp around here.
I'm feeding you. We'll work for food.
Muffins equal running water in the cabin.
Yeah, I think I might have
Man, I look like
again.
a giant standing next to you. Mmm. Mm-mm-mm.
And now these are not really sweet muffins. You can make them sweeter if you want. It's more like a bready kind of muffin. And the chocolate will add a little bit more sweetness to it. But they're really moist and they're good. I don't like a lot of sugar, so they're good with your salads. Or and if you want to add more sweetener, you can even make them without any type of like honey or maple syrup. If you use that, you could put stevia in there, and that would work. Or you can add more to it. But I don't like mine really sweet, so you guys kind of adjust it. But they're really moist, and you like them?
Mm-mm-mm.
And they're easy. It's sort of like a corn muffin made out of oats. I love oatmeal. Love oatmeal.
We use the sun oven all the time.
Yeah, it works out good.
There's another project off the list, guys. I'm slowly chipping away at it. Been kind of solo, trying to get caught up. But the next stage, we're gonna put in the drains for the out water, the gray water. So stay tuned for that video too. But also, you guys saw us use the sun oven in this video. Stacy's always cooking with that thing, especially in the summertime and early
especially
winter.
this time of year, yeah.
Yeah. But we're actually having a webinar that you guys can learn more about the sun oven, and there's actually going to be a giveaway at the end of the webinar. October 9th, from the comfort of your living room, the link is down below for you to register. At the end of that class, he's going to give away one free sun oven. You have to be present to win at the webinar, and then that's a great thing. But if you just have questions about the sun oven, or you've never seen one before, We have a playlist on our YouTube channel that you can check out. It's everything cooking in the sun oven. We've cooked 2 chickens at once. We've cooked a whole host of other kind of meals in there, so you can go check that out.
It is really, really, really nice.
But we just wanted to tell you guys about the webinar that he's hosting just for the Homestead Homies. So see if that works for you, October 9th.
October the 9th.
Links down below. Sign up for it and have your chance to win an All-American Sun Oven. And you can also get a discounted price on the Doug and Stacy model.
And like today, it was very cloudy today. And
yeah,
you can,
in and out.
Just as long as you have a shadow, you can see your shadow. Even in the winter, you can use your sun oven. So it's great, a great thing.
Yeah, so we're all caught up on this project now. Stay tuned for more advancements on the Learning Center / root cellar / off-grid bunker. And we'll see you guys on the next video.
See ya. Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. You might want to check out these videos.
And if you want to become a Homestead Homie, click the picture of us below.
We will see you tomorrow.